Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. So, we are going to start off by looking at our 500 millibar chart, and we have a pretty large and apparent trough that is just off to our northeast now. Of course, this was partially responsible for the snow we got overnight, and let me tell you something about that. Not a fan, because it 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 was mean, okay? It came later than expected, and instead of gradually falling over a few short hours, it pretty much all fell at once. And that at once happened to be when I was driving. Not fun. It was not fun. Did not enjoy that. Anyway, that trough is expected to start moving out of the area. We do kind of have like a shortwave ridge kind of along this axis, which means we should have some fairly pleasant weather comparatively as we head into this evening and into the overnight. Although as we head into the later parts of the overnight and into Monday morning, you do see a shortwave trough right behind it, kind of along here. Although it does look like that may be more of an issue to our north. Then afterwards, through most of tomorrow afternoon and into the evening and into the overnight, we are in a pretty calm pattern, still northwest flow, but as you tend to get with these northwest flow regimes, we have another disturbance that is going to be riding down this way towards our area as we head into Tuesday. So that is something we are probably going to have to keep our eye on. Heading down lower to the 850 millibar level, we see that low pressure system, again, that is moving off, and we can see that ridge much more clear here. And it moves over, and we can also see that shortwave right behind it, that shortwave trough right behind it. And I suppose, yeah, that could actually move right over us. So maybe we do kind of have to watch out for this, see if it does anything. And that would mainly be overnight into tomorrow morning type thing. And then, again, fairly nice, calm zonal pattern up until we have this next disturbance coming in into Tuesday morning, which I'm sure will be totally lovely. I'm sure it'll be fine. If you couldn't tell, that was slightly sarcastic. I'm sure it won't be bad, but after last night, I don't really want to see snow again. Or, well, if it's rain, it could be rain. That would be fine. Now, at the surface, we still have that low pressure system off to our northeast. Even at the surface, you can pretty clearly see that little ridge that moves over our area. And there is a low pressure system up above associated with that shortwave that kind of moves on, but that is still mainly to our north there. And then as we head into Tuesday, you can really see a low pressure system building to our northwest from that next system. And from here, the temperatures in our area, actually, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's zoom in and look at our highs and lows. So right now, it does appear that we are at or below 30. Although, within the next couple hours, things they might warm up slightly. We might get above 30 briefly, maybe reach freezing, but then it'll cool off again. And it looks like temperatures are going to be pretty stable in the mid to upper 20s through most of the day today, again, aside from where we may be brushing into the 30s, and through most of the overnight, and into Monday morning as well. And then through Monday, oh, look at that. Monday, we do see temperatures, Monday afternoon, rise into the mid to upper 30s. Isn't that nice? And of course, it starts to recede a little bit into the overnight. We may get down just below 30. And then as we head into Tuesday, it may or may not warm up again. With this low pressure system being apparent and with these southerly winds, I would not be surprised if we do warm up a little bit as the system closes in on us and as the sun rises. Now let's take a look at that precipitation. Again, pretty calm. It does look like maybe we have some snow to our north associated with that next shortwave, the little shortwave trough that's moving through. So maybe some of that lighter precipitation might stretch down to our area, maybe, but right now I'm thinking that we're probably going to be in the clear when it comes to precipitation. at least for that little event. And then, yeah, it's clear most of tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. And then, of course, as we head into Tuesday morning, what's that I spot off to our northwest? It's precipitation. Yippee! So that is definitely something we're going to have to keep our eye on. It might make its way down to our area. In fact, it looks like it will. And hopefully it does warm up. Unless you're a snow fan. If you're a snow fan, hopefully it doesn't warm up and we get snow. But hopefully, for me, it does warm up a bit with that sun coming out and those southerly winds. And we end up with some rain, preferably not freezing rain, but rain. But we'll just have to wait and see. Let's jump into our wind. Of course, it is a little bit windy now, sustained winds of 15 to 20 miles per hour going on. But that should start to move out of the area as we head into the evening. And then as we're in the evening and heading into the overnight, it looks like it might stabilize kind of around 10, 15-ish miles per hour. Maybe gets a little bit stronger tomorrow morning and kind of stays a little bit stronger into the early part of the afternoon. But as we head into the evening and through the overnight, it gets really calm, like maybe 10 miles per hour, maybe. And we can't really see it here, but I suspect it may start to build a little bit as that system approaches Tuesday, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's take a look at our wind gusts, however. Of course, now we're having gusts around 30, 35 miles per hour or so, and it looks like, again, those should calm through the evening a little bit, but then it starts to pick up again as we head into the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. Again, we could see gusts around 30, 35, maybe even slightly higher than that. And then those gusts should start to die down as we head into Monday afternoon. And then they build back up a little bit in the evening for a few hours before starting to fade as we head overnight Tuesday, and then maybe starting to build back in again as we head into Tuesday morning. Cloud cover time. I see blue sky patches out there. Let's see. Which is honestly a little bit surprising given the model output for this time. Maybe the skies here are just clearing a little bit early. And I think we may continue to see some patches of blue sky here or there through the day. May even see a little bit of sun. And it looks like that should continue into the evening and into the overnight. This might get a little bit cloudy, or it might be pretty well covered here, but maybe you might be able to see through those mid-level clouds. Maybe, maybe not. And then it looks like, again, we might have some pretty clear skies tomorrow morning. This is around 7 a.m. 8, 9, might be pretty clear in the early morning tomorrow. Actually, through much of the morning tomorrow. Or just the whole day, apparently. Goodness gracious. Looks like we're probably just going to have some partly cloudy skies tomorrow. How pleasant. Oh, wow, and even as we head tomorrow night, this is almost like perfectly clear. Almost. And then that system moves in and welcome back to winter in Michigan, you know. Anyway, I believe that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow.